here. The word is debut. So notice when we say the word debut, say mid A, what letter is silent when we say the word debut?
T is silent.
The T is silent. So it's not debut or debut, it's debut. Silent T.
A performing artist is always excited at, at, at his or her debut or first public show.
Okay. So, but what letter is silent in the word debut?
T is silent.
The word debut means in this sentence. The meaning is right in the sentence. Lam, can you tell us? We're looking for the meaning of the word debut. It's right in the sentence.
First public show.
Okay, so first. Okay, so a debut is a first appearance. Okay, so when you do like a show, like a play for the first time, when you have a, let's say a band or a singer perform for the first time, even if you have a sports team and they play for the first time, or a sports player. So doing something for the first time or your first appearance is a debut. Chimai's, was it singing or dancing or both?
Dancing only.
Okay, let's say Chimai's dancing debut. Well, no, we'll say Chimai had her dancing debut in kindergarten.
I saw a debut when I was small.
What kind of performance? Class had its acting debut 3 years ago. All right, good job. All right, so this is how we can make sentences with our word debut. Our next word is stubborn.
Stubborn. Performers with the stubborn desire to succeed will continue to work hard.
Performers with a stubborn desire to succeed will continue to work hard. So when someone is stubborn, he or she is determined. So in our Finding Nemo movie, which character or characters were stubborn?
Nemo, he determined that he had to touch the boat so he could prove to his dad that he can swim well.
Okay, so we'll say Nemo didn't listen to his dad about not touching the boat. He was stubborn, right? He wasn't going to listen. He was determined to do it. So we know not listening is a way a stubborn person might act. So who else do we know that is stubborn? And why would you say that you are stubborn?
Because sometimes I did not listen to my parents.
But Meng is stubborn because she doesn't always listen to her parents. You don't care what anyone else says. You're stubborn or determined. Okay, does anyone else have a stubborn example for us? So let's look at the picture here. So what is the donkey doing to show that he is stubborn?
He is have the different force as the farmer. He pull in the different direction as the farmer is pulling him.
Donkey won't go with the farmer. He is very stubborn. Let's go into our next word. Permission. You can read our permission sentence.
Permission. This musician is allowed to play in the subway. He was given permission.
This musician is allowed to play in the subway. She was given permission. So from this sentence, does anyone see a synonym for the word permission?
Allowed.
Allowed. So when you have been given permission, someone has agreed or allowed you to do something? Let's think. What might you need permission to do? What are some things that we need to get mom or dad's permission to do?
To buying toys.
Buying toys. Okay, so how can we use the word permission in a sentence?
I permission my mom, my parents for buying a new toys.
So we'll say, I need my parents' permission, because permission is a noun in a sentence. So I need my parents' permission to buy toys. Good job.
My parents' permission to buy comic books.
Whose permission do you need?
My mom and dad permission.
Okay, so I'll say, I need my parents' permission to buy comic books. Okay, so sometimes we need permission to buy things, and sometimes we need permission to go places. So what is a place that we might need permission to go to?
Harry Potter needs permission of the guard of Mr. Venom's, so he could go to Hogsmeade. What?
Hogwarts. Okay.
Yes.
All right, so Harry Potter needs permission to go to Hogwarts. Okay, good job. Let's see what's in the chat here. So we need permission to watch TV. We definitely need permission in order to get a pet, right? I don't think you could bring home a cat or a dog without permission. We need permission to watch Netflix. We need permission to go on roller coasters. Need our teacher's permission to go drink water or to go to the toilet during class. We need mom's permission to go outside. Okay, good job. Easy. Kid, you need permission to do a lot of things, but when you're an adult, you don't need permission so much. You can make your own choices. Hauling. Who can read our hauling sentence?
The traveling workers are hauling equipment from city to city.
Okay, good job. When a band is traveling, workers are hauling equipment from city to city. So what do we think the workers are doing with this equipment? Equipment is things that the band might need, like their instruments or things so they have good sound. So, Maeng, what do we think the word hauling means?
They transport the equipment.
Yep, transport or move. Good job. So when you're hauling something, you're carrying it or moving it or transporting it. You're taking things from one place to another place. Okay, so let's say, name some things that you've seen trucks hauling on the road. So when you've been on a motorbike or in a car, what kinds of things have we seen trucks hauling before? James, can you tell us?
A truck is hauling house items.
House items. Okay, so the truck is hauling house items.
Hauling a box.
Boxes. Okay, so if we're moving, you might see trucks hauling boxes. Okay, so I'll say, I see the truck hauling boxes. All right, who else has seen a truck hauling something before?
Yesterday I see a truck hauling sofas.
Yesterday, I saw a truck hauling sofas. All right, good job. And what about during Tet holiday or just before Tet? Pizza.
On Tet holiday, I saw a trucker hauling flowers.
Before Tet holiday, many trucks are hauling flowers. Okay, good job. So hauling means to move or to carry or to transport. So let's look at our other sentences that people sent in the chat. Truck is hauling musical instruments. I see trucks hauling rocks.
May
I see a truck hauling petrol. Yes, trucks can haul petrol. I see a camel hauling people's trunks riding in the desert. Excellent, because camels can also haul things. The truck is hauling people who are supporting the Vietnam international soccer team. Yep, that could do it. Mournful.
of the singers are more memorable than their happy ones.
Okay. The mournful songs of some singers are more memorable than their happy ones. So let's look at the word mournful. Boo, do you see, what is the base word in mournful? Do you see a base word in the word
Yes.
mournful? So we need to break apart this word into its base word or root word and its suffix. Do you see a suffix on this word?
Full,
Full. Okay, so full is our suffix. What is our base word?
mourn,
Mourn. So mourn and full. And thank you. Elsa, in the sentence, do you see a word that might be an antonym for the word mournful?
Happy.
Happy. Sky, what might mournful mean?
Mournful will mean happy.
Remember, happy is the antonym of mournful.
Mournful will mean sad.
So if we know that happy is the antonym, then mournful means sorrowful or sad. So sorrowful is just another fancy way of saying sad. So we have our base word, sorrow, and our suffix full of sorrow or full of mourning. That means very, very, very sad. You have regular sad, then you have mournful and sorrowful. Let's name some mournful sounds. What is a sound that you might hear that is mournful or sad? Well, let's think. What sound do you make when you're very, very, very sad?
Like we cry.
Yep, cry.
Moan.
Moaning, right? If someone's moaning, did I hear you right, Maggie?
Yes.
If someone is moaning, we can take a guess that he or she is sad.
When I sad, I sound like a sad dog.
A sound dog. Okay, so we'll say wailing. We'll call that. So wailing is definitely a very, very sad, mournful sound.
I don't know. I thought cry.
Crying. Okay. Ciro, do you have another one?
Another sound.
Mm-hmm.
Complaining.
Complaining about what?
Complaining about what? Complaining.
So, okay, so when you complain, that means you're unhappy about something. But there's, rather than sad, I think complaining is more like angry, like you're not happy, you're angry about something. Yes, Richard?
Howling.
Howling. Okay, sometimes we might howl if we're really, really sad. Okay, good job. And Minnie, what do you have for us?
Sorrow.
Say again?
Sorrow.
Sorrow. Sorrow is a feeling. The feeling of sorrow means to feel very, very sad. Can you think of a sound that you might make when you're feeling sorrowful or mournful? One minute.
Yes.
What is that word? Can you read it for us?
Groaning.
Groaning. Okay. All right. So these are some pretty good, sad, sorrowful, mournful sounds. Okay. All right. Let's go into word number 6. Towered.
Performers on stilts have always towered above their audience.
Performers on stilts have always towered above their audiences. Okay. So from this sentence and the picture, let's say, Boo, in this picture, who is towering? The man in the orange or the other people?
Orange.
The man in orange. So when he's towering over the other people or towering above, what does that make him? Taller or shorter?
Shorter.
He's shorter than the rest of the people?
No,
What is he?
she's taller.
He's taller. Okay. So when something towered, it was taller than other things. So we could say the man in the orange is towering over the other people. So can you describe a time when someone has towered over you? So has anyone ever towered over you before?
I think
I think when you were very small, when you were very short, did anyone ever tower over you?
I think my mom towered over me.
Okay. My mom towered over me when I was small, or I was.
My friend towered me.
Okay, my friend. Do you know how tall your friend is?
She is as tall as a dog.
Okay. My friend towers over me. She is as tall as an adult. Good example. Give my eye. Dina, do you have a towering sentence for us? Triumph.
Becoming a star is a triumph or victory most performing artists long for.
Becoming a star is a triumph or victory most performing artists long for. So does anyone see a synonym for the word triumph in this sentence?
Victory.
Yep, victory. So when you have a victory, Feng Dao, what does that mean?
Victory is that we win something.
Yep. So when you have a victory, you win at something. So a triumph is when you win. You've done the best that you could do. You get exactly what you have wanted. So when you triumph, you succeed, or you are victorious, or you win. All right. So describe a time you have felt a sense of triumph. Can you tell me a time that you have felt a sense of triumph?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll say
Không được tin.
beating my dad in badminton was a triumph for me. Do you feel pretty good when you beat your dad in badminton, Bill?
Yes.
Yes. So when we feel a sense of triumph, we feel very good about ourselves. Okay.
When I was getting in the second round in the swimming contest.
Okay. And then can you use the word triumph?
I was feeling triumph when I was getting in the second round in the swimming contest.
Okay. I felt a sense of triumph when I made it to the second round of the swimming contest. Okay, good job. And who can tell me what part of speech is our word triumph?
Is an adjective. Noun.
An adjective, are you sure?
No, a noun.
It's a noun. Okay. So in our first sentence, it's a noun. And then our second, so both sentences, it's a noun. What kind of noun? Does it name a person, place, or thing? Is it a common noun, proper noun, abstract noun, collective noun? Yep, this is an abstract noun. All right, it's a feeling or an idea, but we can't touch, see, taste, smell, or feel it. Okay, good job. Lily, do you have another triumph sentence for us?
No,
No?
but I have once have it. It is when I won the cup of the 10 voted ideas.
When you won the cup of what?
When I got into the top 10 voted ideas.
Having my idea voted in the top 10 was a triumph for me.
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Good job. Okay, so let's move on to our next word. Discouraged.
Some musicians become discouraged or disappointed after a poor performance.
Some musicians become discouraged or disappointed after a poor performance. So who sees a synonym for the word discouraged? So describe a time that you have felt discouraged. So let's say if you really want to get a good grade on a test and you study really hard and you work really hard at it, and then you take the test and you end up getting a bad grade. That is a time that you might feel discouraged. So when are some other times that we have felt discouraged? Well, can you think of a time that you felt disappointed or not excited to do something?
When I got 60% on science test,
You felt how?
I felt discouraged.
Right? Did you really want to study a lot after that?
No.
I felt discouraged after getting a bad grade on a test. It makes us not want to try anymore. When we're discouraged, we don't care about trying. What are some other times we might have felt discouraged?
Feel very discouraged
When?
when I play sport and I very feel discouraged.
Would you feel discouraged when you do a good job or a bad job at your sports game?
Bad job.
I felt
And I get loose.
I felt discouraged after losing what kind of sport?
Soccer.
Okay, I felt discouraged after losing the soccer game. Toward. Who can read our toward sentence? So do not confuse this with towered. Remember, towered with a W is to be taller than something else. This is toward.
A performer who has toured or traveled has gained new fans in every location.
A performer who has toured or traveled has gained new fans in every location. Minnie, what might the word toward mean? Do you see a synonym for it in this sentence?
Traveled.
Traveled. Okay, so when you are touring, you are traveling. Okay, another word for that, when someone has toured an area, he or she has explored it. So our synonyms are traveled and explored. So let's name some places that you have toured before. Tuệ Minh? Me.
I toured in Thailand.
You toured in Thailand? When did you tour in Thailand?
When I was 7 years old.
I have toured to Phú Quốc when I was 7 years old.
So these are all places that we have toured. So exploring new places, going to new places. and seeing border. This was a word I think that we learned in 2nd grade, maybe?
Touring performers often international borders, such as this one.
So touring performers often cross an international border, such as this one. So international means more than one country. Okay, so international can mean 2 or more different countries. So what do we think border might mean?
To another country.
When you're crossing a border, you're crossing into another country. Good job. So a border is an imaginary line that separates 2 countries.
It's just an imaginary line.
Yep. So it's not a real line. No one's put red tape down to separate the borders. It's an imaginary line, a line that you cannot see that separates 2 countries. We can see it on maps, but we can't see it in real life. So let's think. What countries share a border with Vietnam? What countries share a border with Vietnam?
China.
Yes.
China border with Vietnam.
Yep. China shares a border with
With
Vietnam.
Vietnam.
Good job, Jon Snow. We know China shares a border with Vietnam. What other countries?
Cambodia.
Cambodia. So we'll say Cambodia shares a border with Vietnam. And then we could also say Cambodia and Thailand share a border.
Laos.
Yep. Laos shares a border with Vietnam. Did you know that in the whole world, China shares the most borders with, China shares borders with the most countries in the entire world. So no other country shares as many borders with other countries as China.
I have a fun fact about borders. If you want to go to from North Korea to Finland, you only need to cross one country.
To go from North Korea to where?
Finland.
So Finland, what country do you need to cross?
Russia.
Oh, really? Wow. Well, I think you might have some trouble crossing the North Korean border. Does anyone have any questions about the vocabulary words that we learned today?
I have a
There we go.